Έχει τώρα πολύ μεγάλο ενδιαφέρον να δούμε, κυρίες και κύριοι, τι λέει για τις επιλογές Τραμπ ο πρώην σύμβουλος του για την Εθνική Ασφάλεια, Τζον Μπόλτον. Μιλώντας στον SKAI και την κεντρικό, τονίζει ότι ο Τραμπ έχει άγνοια σε πολλά ζητήματα εξωτερικής πολιτικής και θα επιχειρήσει να κλείσει τα μέτωπα σε Ουκρανία και Γάζα, χωρίς να υπολογίζει το κόστος για τους εμπλεκόμενους. Ό,τι αφορά στον Ερντογάν, λέει πως αν θέλει να οικοδομήσει καλύτερες σχέσεις με τον νέο Υπουργό Εξωτερικών και τη νέα διοίκηση Τραμπ, θα πρέπει να μάθει να συμπεριφέρεται ως αληθινός σύμμαχος του ΝΑΤΟ.
Marco Rubio has been announced as the Secretary of State, given his sharp criticism of continued funding for Ukraine's defense against Russian invasion. Is Ukraine going to deal with a painful compromise?
Well, I'm afraid it's Trump who's running the show on that point. I think Rubio and Waltz have both modified positions that were previously very pro-Ukraine. We'll have to see what Trump really has in mind. And while he said a lot of things on the campaign trail, and they are very worrying from Ukraine's point of view. They definitely tilt toward Russia because he doesn't understand really what's at stake. He has very little knowledge of the wider world or the real issues that he's going to have to confront. And it's one reason I've said for quite some time I don't think he's fit to be president.
Officials in Turkey have been alarmed by Rubio's nomination as Secretary of State, as he has expressed sympathy for Kurds and Fethullah Gulen and criticism on Erdogan's regime. How the equilibrium with Erdogan is going to evolve given the open issues in the Eastern Mediterranean?
Well, I think a lot depends on Erdogan. If he wants to behave like a true NATO ally, it'll be a lot easier for Turkey. If he continues to cause problems, particularly in his dealings with the Russians, the S-400 air defense systems that he purchased, for example, that kicked Turkey out of the F-35 program, then he's going to have problems. If he insists on being difficult in the Middle East and hostile toward Israel, that's going to make things difficult as well. So, look, I would rather have a Turkey that cooperated fully with NATO. I think that minimizes the chances for friction in the Eastern Mediterranean. We would welcome that, but who knows what Erdogan thinks he's going to do next.
With regards to Israel's war in Gaza, Rubio and Trump appeared ready to give Benjamin Netanyahu carte blanche to let Israel finish the job. Is this going to happen?
Well, I think a lot could happen between now and Inauguration Day on January the 20th. Trump and Netanyahu have spoken apparently 3 times. The Israeli strategic minister was just in Mar-a-Lago talking about what can be done before January the 20th. I think for both Ukraine and the Middle East, Trump wants these wars off the table before he takes office. He just doesn't want to deal with them, which implies he doesn't particularly care how they actually end. I don't think either one really will be finished by January the 20th, but from Israel's point of view, it could be that Trump is saying, I don't care what you do, just do it before I take office.
Trump named Elon Musk as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, with critics saying that he'll be able to wipe out governance regulations while enjoying vast federal contracts for his businesses. Does that ring some ethical alarms for you?
Well, it's very unclear what Musk exactly is going to do. And this new government department, if you look at its initials, it's Doge, which is the same as Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency that Elon Musk likes. I think bringing a fresh set of eyes to how the government works, how to make it more efficient, how to cut unnecessary expenditures can make a lot of sense.
With your valuable experience, Mr. Ambassador, are we moving to a new world order? I mean, Trump moves quickly to end the wars in Gaza and Ukraine in order to transfer U.S. focus and military assets back to the Indo-Pacific region and counter China. Are we facing the end of Pax Americana or the end of NATO as we know it?
Well, I think it's too early to tell. I think Trump's going to be very unhelpful to American interests worldwide. I think if he were to withdraw from NATO, it would be a catastrophic mistake. He doesn't really understand what the issues are, what the significance of some of the things he said is. A lot will depend on the people around him, but I think it's going to be a very difficult 4 years. There's going to be a big debate in the United States over our direction, as no means guaranteed that the isolationist view is going to prevail.